Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our entitled parents. In today's episode, entitled mom tells me she lives in my house after refusing to leave my property. Mom threatened not to let me vote if I don't register as a Republican. My mom took a picture of my ID card to prove a point to me now. She wants me gone tomorrow for getting angry about it. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled mom tells me she lives in my house after refusing to leave my property. Entitledment. CD equals chill dad. LB equals little brat. So I live on a river, and it's a very popular place during the summer. I have some riverfront property and my house looks onto the river across the street. I have always had problems with people littering and destroying my front property, so I try to make it look secluded, but this made it worse. Usually I would just have to tell people that they are on private property and point at the several signs and they would leave. But some people are different. Well, today we had a different person. At around 12:45, I saw M and LB waltz right onto my property past the two no trespassing signs. At first, I thought they didn't see the signs, and so I went down to tell them how it's private property. TB_72, hey ma'am, could you please somewhere else to swim? M, what?
No.
We got here first. TB_72, that's not my problem. M, well then leave us alone. TB_72, but this is private property. Yeah, I know, points at the sign. TB_72, so, could you leave? Ingu, no rolls eyes. TB_72, but even you said it's private property. At this point, I was getting really frustrated because she even admits that it was private property. But what she said next made me pissed. M, yeah, I own this property. Can't you see my house? Pointing at my house. TB_72, lady, that's my house, now leave before I call the police. I take a step closer, hoping she'll back off. I couldn't be more wrong. M, get away from my son, you pedophile. I had no words for this and I called the police. The police show up and start talking to us. P equals police officer. Puh. So what is the problem, sir? M, this man is trespassing and trying to molest my son. P looks at me with that sorry man look and I reciprocate. TB_72, look lady, I have my keys on me, so if you want to try to say that's your house, we can test it out now. M, that's stupid, I don't need to prove anything. TB_72, well, I'll go show the police I live there. Me, her and M with LB walk up to my house and I open the door with my key and unlock my car on the driveway. M tells the police officer I stole her keys and he tells her to leave. This EM has no brain cells. Do any of them? She have, just backward intelligence. Should have just pressed trespassing charges and asked if this would be considered filing a false report situation, since she lied the whole time about who lives where. I mean, probably not jail her, but costing her a couple $100 would be fun. Makes me wonder exactly how far she'd be willing to take it. He broke into my house, took down all the photos of my family and replaced them with his, then threw out all my clothes and put his own in the wardrobe. Yeah, she seemed like a nut job. He put food in the fridge that I don't like and paid the property taxes. Have you considered beware of the dogs signs? Or danger high voltage? For a riverside property, I'd consider signs that say caution, toxic waste dump, and a few radioactive hazard placards. Should make the smart ones reconsider. Likely would not deter the EM in this post, though, or the dumber swimmers. You should always press charges, unless it's an honest mistake on the other person's part, but then, she wouldn't be a Karen. People do things like this because they think they can get away with it, and maybe in the past they have. That's why you press charges. It's like training a puppy. You have to rub their nose in it to make the point that they should stop. To people who've never trained a puppy, this may sound cruel and should never be done with violence or cruelty, but it does work. As a professional trainer, you're just creating a dog that doesn't trust you. Please don't do that to your dog. Police should have charged her with trespassing for making them come out for such a ridiculous call when she should have just left when you asked her to. Mom threatened not to let me vote if I don't register as a Republican. 21F here. You're probably wondering why I can't just drive myself. I, unfortunately, have migraines that make it a safety hazard for me to drive, and I'm working with a doctor to get them under control. So, my mom opened my mail a few months back and saw that I registered as a Democrat, and they send out paper ID cards. She started harassing me at work and telling me that the Democrats destroyed the country. Typical mega rants. We let it die off, but a few days ago, she started on me again. She started screaming, crying, and pounding her fists on the table, telling me she won't drive me to vote unless I change my party. She then accused me of not caring about her suffering and called me a traitor. She said things were so much better under Trump when we could afford things, and if you love me, you'd vote Republican. I'm really upset right now because why does my mom think it's okay to interfere with my inalienable right to vote? I thought Republicans were all about their First Amendment, freedom of making up their own minds, etc. Being facetious, I know this only applies to PPL who agree with them. I'm just RLY exhausted from having to do mental gymnastics to do the most basic things. Well, this RLY sucks. I'm not even too upset about her whole "you don't care about my suffering" thing because I literally grew up with her accusing me of not loving her if I asked to go hang out with my friends. I know how to navigate that, tired of it, but I manage. I'm more upset with her blatantly telling me she refuses to take me to vote unless I vote her way. No one can see your vote in a booth. She doesn't need to know. For added fun, loudly proclaim that this strange woman is trying to influence who I should vote for while waiting in line. If Pennsylvania is like Illinois, when you go to vote in a primary, you have to ask for either the Democratic or Republican ballot. So if her mom goes to the polls with her, she will know. But the OP should do it anyway. No one owns another's vote, and her mother needs to learn that. Do not let your mom hold your vote hostage. Call 1-866-687-8683, which is the National Election Protection Hotline. They can help you arrange a ride to the polls. What your mom is doing is actually illegal. I get that it's illegal. A few of my friends brought this up too. Not just ABT her interfering with my voting, but ABT her opening my mail. I think it'd be a little difficult to hold this up in court, and I def ain't trying to sue my mom over this, but LOL, it is an extremely shitty thing to do. No one is allowed in the voting booth with you, and given the circumstances, lying about who you voted for seems to be a reasonable thing to do. Of course I voted for Trump. You told me to. Vote how you want. That's a cornerstone value of America. It's a shame your mom doesn't get that. My mom took a picture of my ID card to prove a point to me now. She wants me gone tomorrow for getting angry about it. My mom, 55F, took a picture of my 22F license/ID when it was laying out to prove to me how quick someone could get my information. I only leave my personal things out when it's just us since we both live together at the moment, because I can't afford to live alone, Aaron. When others come over, I put my personal things out of sight, so I don't understand why she decided to take a picture. The argument started when I heard Oops sent the wrong picture to a man she met online from Africa. She always finds men from Africa online instead of dating men in America who she can actually see like a normal human, but that's her business. I thought nothing of her oops until she came to show me a pic of my ID. I found that suspicious how she come to show me a pic of my ID after her accidental picture, and she told him to delete it and don't screenshot the picture. She said my ID wasn't the pic she sent, but why did she show me my ID afterwards and told him to delete it and don't save it if it wasn't that serious? So after that I got angry NGL because she always accidentally posts things to her Facebook and send people pictures. I told her to delete my personal info out of her phone. Now she wants me gone by tomorrow and wants to shut my phone off. Lock down all your credit tomorrow morning. I just went on Experian and locked my credit. Definitely lock down your credit. Tell her if she wants you out, then she has to evict you. If she has lived there more than 30 days, it's legally considered her home and her mom will need to get a court order eviction, even if Opie doesn't pay rent. Usually takes a few weeks to get an official eviction, so that will give Opie some time to figure things out. If you don't have anywhere to go tomorrow, do not leave the house for whatever reason. Even if you have a job, stay home. Given everything you've written, I doubt like hell it was an accident your mom took the picture and sent it to this guy. Is she known for being naive as a newborn? This isn't so much being entitled, this is just plain abusive. Sending your ID to a stranger? Because you left it out in your own house? What else does she do to control and or shame you? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.